That breaking news is in Lake County. Deputies say that they are investigating a deadly shooting during a dog attack. Good afternoon. I'm Meredith McDonough. Right now, they are searching for an armed person of interest. West 2's Justin Checker joins us live now from the active scene in Leesburg. Justin.
Lake County Sheriff's deputies have been in this area near a homeless camp in the woods since around 7:30 this morning. Now this active scene is right across the street from Carver Middle School. The sheriff's office says the school had been placed in a lockdown as a precaution, but we're still waiting for an update from Lake County schools if that's been lifted. The sheriff's office tells West 2 a dog owner was shot and killed and a woman has been taken to the hospital with several dog bites. Take a good look at the person of interest. This is 43-year-old Matthew Lee Pasco. He's 5'11" with a prominent scar on the right side of his face. Deputies say he ran away wearing a navy blue t-shirt. We're told he's still believed to be armed with a handgun. Deputies say if you see him, stay away and call 911. This is exclusive Chopper 2 video flying over the area of Griffin Road and Tally Box Road in Leesburg in the last hour. Deputies say the shooter is believed to have aimed at one of the dogs involved in the attack, but he hit and killed the dog's owner instead. We're told Animal Services is on the scene and they've taken possession of more than one dog. Deputies say they're treating this as a homicide investigation as a search for the person of interest continues.
Information was learned by the deputies that a victim was being bitten multiple times by a dog. Matthew Pasco intervened by attempting to shoot the dog, presumably to protect the victim. However, the dog owner intervened and stepped in between Matthew Pasco and the victim and was shot.
And deputies tell us they've set up a perimeter in this area as they keep looking for Matthew Pasco at this hour. To recap, we're told a dog owner was shot and killed and a woman with several dog bites is receiving treatment at a nearby hospital. We're covering Lake County Live in Leesburg. I'm Justin Shecker, West 2 News.
Major developments in the Iran war. President Donald Trump has announced the Strait of Hormuz is back open. Iran's foreign minister said it would stay open for the remaining period of the Israel-Lebanon ceasefire. The president says the U.S. blockade of Iran will remain in full force until a deal is made. Yesterday, President Trump said Iran agreed to, quote, give us back the nuclear dust that's way underground because of the attack we made with B-2 bombers. The president is referring to enriched uranium, which can be used to build a bomb. The White House says it's all buried under Iranian sites previously damaged by U.S. strikes in June. Iran has not indicated it's willing to surrender its enriched uranium. During an event in Las Vegas last night, the president described the war as, quote, going along swimmingly, adding it should be ending pretty soon. Today marks 1 year since a gunman opened fire at Florida State University, killing 2 people and hurting 7 others. This afternoon, the university is remembering with a moment of silence. All day long, people can gather to reflect on Legacy Walk. There will also be flowers at the FSU letters, and the unconquered statue will be lit the whole day. The suspected shooter remains in jail awaiting trial, which is set to begin in October. He has pleaded not guilty. This afternoon, the air is a lot clearer over central Florida. Many of you, though, called West 2 because of heavy smoke, especially in Seminole County near Longwood. West 2's Bob Hazen spent the morning driving through this and reports that it likely came from a prescribed burn.
Everywhere we've been driving, you can smell the smoke hanging in the air, even with the windows up. And officials believe that the fire that's responsible for it actually happened on Thursday. The smoke hit drivers coming into Seminole County right around Longwood, and we could see it on 434 too, along with Wekiva Springs Road. FHP issuing a traffic advisory for the interstate, but visibility never got too bad. The main issue was the smell.
It just smells like someone's gone a bit too far with the barbecue.
Philip Barklum and his wife are camping at Wekiva Springs State Park, and they woke up to that thick odor. He said it reminded him of fog in London over the River Thames. And we could see that smoke drifting in the light through the trees at the park. The Seminole County Fire Department tells West 2 that smoke is likely left over from a 200-acre prescribed burn along the Wekiva River Basin. That burn, though, happened on Thursday. Atmospheric conditions kept it close to the ground.
And we're just glad that we don't have respiratory problems, because it might be an issue for those that do.
Despite that stiff smoke, a lot of people still enjoyed the springs at the state park, and no major problems were reported on the roads because of it either. Most of it was gone around 10 a.m. Covering Seminole County,
Bob Hazen, West 2 News.
And First Warning meteorologist Eric Burse here, just to kind of explain what that was all going through, what we were seeing this morning.
Yeah, so this is a graphic illustrating the atmosphere, and it's a little overzealous on the fire. So just know that. But the idea is when you have a fire, all the smoke radiates out into the atmosphere because the atmosphere gets cooler and cooler with height. However, what happens if that's not the case? What happens if there's a temperature inversion like there was this morning where literally it got warmer? There was a layer of warmer air above us. So because of that, all of the smoke got trapped down at the surface. Thankfully, it wasn't burning very, very thick. Otherwise, we would have had some real super fog issues. But we had the smoke. The good news, that has started to mix out, and now we're clearing the air.
Because it's going to be a hot one, huh, Eric?
It is going to be a hot one, yeah. So let's get an overall idea of the forecast, right? It is beautiful now. We're looking over to downtown Orlando. It's gorgeous, partly cloudy skies. It's a perfect setup. We're already to 80 degrees in Orlando, 78 here in Leesburg, 77 degrees in the Villages, and we're at 79 in Palm Coast. Now, that said, satellite is relatively quiet. Not much doing here. First Warning live radar completely quiet as well. So when we look ahead to the day, temperatures are going to continue to climb. We're at 80 now. We're working to 90 degrees this afternoon, and we'll stay there through about dinner time before temperatures little by little take a bit of a drop. Now that said, 90 today would tie as the hottest day we have seen yet this year. But we've got hotter air coming right around the corner. Let's discuss with Central Florida's certified most accurate forecast in minutes.
There will be a vigil tonight for this man shot and killed by a Lake County deputy last weekend. The community will remember Timotheus Reed at 7:30 at the scene of the shooting in Leesburg. In the meantime, questions are still swirling, though, about why the deputy did not have his body camera turned on. In the fall of 2024, Captain John Harrell says the deputies discontinued using holster sensors that would activate the cameras when a deputy pulled their gun. He also said the camera did not start rolling because the deputy did not activate the blue lights on his patrol. The family is now demanding answers. Their attorney Ben Crump sent West 2 a statement saying the family deserves answers and they deserve the truth. The body camera footage released to the public begins after the shooting and leaves out the most critical moments, including what happened immediately before the deputy fired. The stepbrother accused of killing Titusville teenager Anna Kepner on a cruise ship is expected back in court next week. The 16-year-old will be arraigned in federal court on Wednesday. It comes after a federal grand jury indicted him for Kepner's murder and sexual abuse earlier this week. Stay with West 2 for continuous coverage of any new developments in this case. A Deltona family is warning about a scam involving AI and your family pet. They say their dog disappeared and then someone sent them this fake picture trying to steal thousands of dollars from them.
Never would have crossed our mind that somebody would be trying to scam us at our lowest point.
That picture shows Bill Cousins' dog Archer on an operating table. The person who sent it said that Archer had been hit by a car and needed emergency surgery. That person also said that Cousins needed to send more than $2,700 via Zelle. Cousins told us that he kept communicating with that sender, but then started getting suspicious because of details in the pictures, including a wrong date and also a different caller on Archer. They figured out that they were being scammed using AI pictures.
When you're in that moment, you don't realize it's an AI picture because you look at the face and you see the face and see it's Archer's face.
They never paid the money. Archer is back home, and a neighbor told Cousins that he saw someone take the dog the night he disappeared, and that same person brought him back yesterday morning. Cousins thinks that the person probably lives nearby. He did report all of this to the Volusia County Sheriff's Office, and it's now being investigated. It is that time of the year again where thousands of Jeep lovers roll into Daytona Beach for Jeep Beach. West 2's Volusia County reporter Pamela Combe joins us live now from Daytona Beach today. Okay, Pamela, they're going to be kicking off 10 days of events.
Oh yeah, and they have a packed schedule, a concert tonight, events at the Speedway, and even beach cleanups planned here in Volusia County. They're expecting about 20,000 Jeeps, 200,000 Jeep lovers, all starting to roll in today. Not only is this the largest Jeep-only event, but they also do a lot to give back to the local community. Over the years, they've raised more than $5 million to help charities in Central Florida. They also host a march to stop suicide, charity drives and events to support local law enforcement, first responders, active military, and veterans. All of this happening over the next 10 days. We've been speaking with local businesses after a hectic spring break where they lost a lot of business during spring break chaos. So they're hoping this event will help draw those big crowds back to the area.
So every event that can and does happen in Daytona Beach or Volusia County altogether really brings more people. It really helps the tourism community because we really are all about the tourism and we're all about the locals. We want to make sure that everybody that comes here is having a good time and they come back for even more.
And again, Jeep Beach starts today and it'll run through April 26th. The sheriff's reminder to drivers is to respect law enforcement, follow all the laws. They don't have any major concerns over the next 10 days, but they will be increasing their enforcement just to help out with traffic. Covering Volusia County, live in Daytona Beach, Pam Lacombe, WESH 2 News.
Well, tonight's the night. It is either win or stay home for the Orlando Magic. The team is still fighting to secure a spot in the NBA playoffs. The Magic will host the Charlotte Hornets tonight after ending the season 1-3 against the North Carolina team. Now, those 3 losses were by an average of more than 20 points per game. Orlando hasn't won an elimination game in 17 years, but they have been outstanding at home in the postseason under Jamal Mosley. So let's go Magic. Tonight's game starts at 7:30.